I've reported
Oh my god. Let me know if the audio is good.
you to the... Hi, I've reported you to the police for stalking. You got the wrong person, so I don't know who you are.
Smartschoolboy9 is back, and he is more insane than ever.
And you mentioned schoolboys? Why do you like Smarty School Kid 9 or
Is that his voice?
whatever? That's a young boy.
Oh wait, that's somebody talking to him.
Yeah, he's gone off the rails. It's pretty...
Schoolboy's probably watching this. Schoolboy, you in here? Where you at, Schoolboy?
wild, to be honest with you.
Wait, is that him replying to himself? That was his actual voice replying to himself, or is that him replying to... Well, we'll figure it out.
Now, I, like many of you, thought that this whole thing was over. I thought this was just a fad that the internet had, and they got over it pretty quickly. But unbeknownst to me, a lot of stuff has been going on behind the scenes, and David's been sending voice messages to pretty much everyone who messages him. I think one big reason that a lot of people don't know about this stuff is that the original Reddit, where most YouTubers were getting the information from, was actually taken down.
Why'd it get banned?
For violating Reddit's harassment policies. Now, luckily, not only am I one of the few who's in the private subreddit, but I've also had a lot of my lovely viewers send me messages and voice messages that they've received from David. Before we get into all that,
so he's out here just messaging everybody. So whoever said he was obsessed with watching himself, so he must just love putting himself out there. That way he gets more exposure for all the weird, creepy stuff he does. Yeah, I have Twitch. Yeah.
Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. I've been getting a lot of comments recently from people who have been unsubscribed against their will.
There it is.
And that's a violation of your human rights,
in chat right there.
So
thank you, Lucy.
You need to get that changed. So stick it up to the man and get subscribed, just like we're gonna get into these voice messages.
Subscribe, damn it.
Hi, I've reported you to the police for stalking. You got the wrong person, so I don't know who you are. So, bye.
I thought we'd start with this one because he's still doing the weird schoolboy voice that we all know and love, and I don't want to escape our comfort zones quite yet. Although this is an interesting outlook onto what we come to see in the future, because you can actually hear his real voice seep through the cracks there. Maybe he's hit some sort of second puberty where he can't do the voice as well anymore. Or maybe his roommate is in the other room, because apparently there's people that live with him, like, in the house. He's not in the...
Yeah, I heard he has a roommate, which is interesting. I wonder if the roommate knows, or if they're doing, you know, or if he doesn't know and he's hiding it, and that's the point he's making, that he's trying to cover up his voice or sound like he's not doing it in the room over where the walls may be real thin or something. My guess is that the roommate knows, because whenever I did that one video on Pamper Chew, that guy lived with other people that were like-minded like him, and it wouldn't surprise me if it was the same case with Smart Schoolboy.
One bedroom house. He lives with people. Could you fucking imagine living with this bloke? Surely they know. Like, they have to have walked in whilst he was in his high heels.
Oh, they probably join in on it. They're probably part of it.
And white makeup or something. There's no way they don't know. So yeah, maybe he's recording this voice message like a bit more quiet. I doesn't want to go full in with the voice or shout too much, because Big Barry's in the other room and is probably going to kick his head in if he finds out what he's been up to. I'd also like to comment on the fact that he is sending this voice note through the David London Facebook account. So I don't know why David would choose to do this sort of, I'm Smartschoolboy9, get away from me now, I hate you, from the David account, because it's sort of just a dead giveaway that the David account is actually him. Did he forget to switch accounts or something?
Yeah, I wonder why he did that. At that point, I would just think that he just loves playing that part and he doesn't care, right? That's probably, he's kind of going back and forth. I mean, there could also be some kind of mental disorder, obviously there. Some kind of thing that needs to be diagnosed, right? What do y'all think? He forgot? I don't know. We're like talking to himself, making people up. This dude you're reacting to is low-key controversial at the moment for associating with I'm Alex and joking about, well, I don't know anything about that, so I'm just watching this video to be informed about what's going on here. Maybe he's cocky. Maybe.
Something like, is this guy fucking stupid? Probably not. I think he's doing it on purpose. Or he is just that tapped in the head. Who knows? The later voice messages where he uses his real voice are a lot more revealing, but, you know, we'll start with All Familiar. One thing I wasn't quite expecting from voice notes like this was just how sassy he is, though.
Got the wrong person, so they don't know who you are, so...
I'll be honest, in every other aspect of school life, the bloke's clueless. He doesn't know how to act like a school kid at all, but he's kind of nailed it on this one. The tones, the mannerisms, he's so sassy. To all the girls watching this who like sassy men, if this doesn't get your beef curtains in a twist, then I don't know what will. Okay, let's listen to one of the voice notes where he shows his true self, so to speak.
Hello there, I understand that you have some wrong information, but I've got some
Wow, he went full mask off in this one. Oh, that's so weird. In one video, he's playing that persona, and then in the next, he's just full on David.
You have described yourself as some sort of pedophile. Certainly you should not be texting strangers because I have worked and do work at detective level.
Okay, we'll stop there because there's already so much going on. First of all, I don't know where he gets the idea that the commenter was describing themselves as that from, because if you read the message he sent,
he says, predators like you and it never ends well for them. You're preying on vulnerable children, and that makes you the lowest kind of coward. No lie or disguise will shield you from the consequences of your actions. You will be found out. Did more research on your charade, and I found what you really look like, and no amount of makeup is going to hide how ugly you are inside and out. The person you are beneath that disguise is even more revolting than your ridiculous attempt at looking young.
At detective, certainly you should.
His true self, so to speak.
Hello there, I understand that you have some wrong information, but I've got some information on you. You have described yourself as some sort of pedophile. Certainly you should not be texting strangers.
I wonder what he said up here, but it's in this, what I see from here, I don't see this guy describing himself as any kind of P word.
I have worked and do work at detective level.
Okay, we'll stop there because there's already so much going on. First of all,
and he's been doing work on they always, a lot of P words say that. They're like, I got evidence on you, I got all this stuff, and then they don't ever even show anything. You know, they just try to gaslight and it just runs in circles.
I don't know where he gets the idea that the commenter was describing themselves as that from, because if you read the message he sent, he's calling him one. So this could be another case of him sort of projecting like what he is on other people, which he has.
Or he's in a delusion and he actually believes what he's saying, or he's like the point I made in my other video, he thinks he's smarter and he can just try to play these people and gaslight them and stuff like that. Narcissism, which is something I've been seeing a lot more of in some of the videos that I do when these P words get caught for what they're doing. They're either so deep in their lie that they believe it 100% fully, or they think they're smarter than the other person and they just go with it, and they just think they feel like they're 2 steps ahead, so it doesn't matter.
Has a habit of doing. If you've seen any of my other videos, he says stuff like, you're probably wanking as you text me these messages or read my messages, because that's exactly what he's doing. He even has a video of himself wanking into a mirror. You know,
yeah, that was disturbing, by the way.
Level of narcissism that shit takes. I mean, we can read the messages that this bloke sent that spurred this voice message on. You're preying on vulnerable children. You're a predator. No lie or disguise will shield you from the consequences of your actions. You will be found out. Now, I've said this many times before, but I think it's incredibly silly to message the bloke at all. However, I will say, it's very clear at this point that the police aren't going to do fucking anything. He's just not online enough or overtly illegal enough for the police to care, in my opinion. So as much as people shouldn't be messaging him, it's for different reasons now. There's nothing like, oh, they're gonna ruin the police investigation or foil the case or anything like that, because there is no case. Let's be fucking honest here. Because let's remember, we're in the United Kingdom, baby. If you chop someone's head off, you only get like 10 years here. They're not gonna care about some bloke making...
Is that true? You only get... How many years do you get? I feel like I shouldn't Google that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be on the FBI list. Let's just go.
Weird collages on fucking Instagram, are they? But yeah, that's another running trend on these voice notes. He describes himself as a detective. He says that, oh, I'm a detective
That's actually insane.
working on cases like this, and you should not be doing what you're doing right now because it's frankly disgusting.
So I don't like pedophiles. I don't know what or who you are.
I also question how real this voice is as well, because, I mean, we know the smart schoolboy voice, hello, we know that one's fake. I mean, needless to say,
Just asking
we don't
for a
need to
friend.
fucking deliberate on it. But this one, I'm not too sure because he uses the American pronunciation of and the British one. Is it just some sort of purposeful misdemeanor to throw us off base or something? Who knows? Maybe he's secretly an American.
Not to harass people or lie about yourself being in law enforcement. That is not true, and you should not be lying to someone who has experience of your sort. Please
As an American, he sounds pretty British to me.
do not message again.
He's definitely not any part of that detective shit, by the way, because no
Do you guys agree? Nah, he's definitely British. Yeah. I feel like that was a little reach in there.
credible detective worth their salt would send messages like this, hundreds of messages like this, to fucking any random, I almost said the C word, who messages them. I feel like a real detective would just quietly note it down, take it in for evidence, and, you know, put it in a folder somewhere. They wouldn't go off the rails, you motherfucker, you should never do this, we're never gonna do this ever. That shit's just weird, degenerate behavior, which is what you are, to be fair. Not you, David, obviously. You're probably lovely. I say probably, I don't know for sure. You could be a prick.
Certainly do not talk about young school children, because the young schoolboy, smart school kid 9, that is a young boy.
He's pretending not to know the name. He's pretending like he doesn't know what Smart Schoolboy 9 is. What? Silly school child? Silly... Bastardly... What are you talking about? Smart swindling fellow? Smart school kids 94?
Yeah, people did end up finding his house. I've seen stuff floating around on the internet, and they were claiming that it was his house, and then they were linking like his door with something they saw in a video or something of that nature. I don't know if it was true or not. And then there was like this creepy photo with his hand like on the door or something. Have you ever looked into Shaney for Christ? I don't know who that is. But if you have any topics you want to suggest to me, DM me on Instagram.
What on earth are you talking about?
Any new merch? We do have new merch. We have merch. Let me show you real quick. We have merch. What did they call it whenever you sponsor yourself? Sell out or something like that? Well, I have some limited time merch, Halloween merch that's only available for November. If you want to check it out, just go to that link that Lucy put in chat. Thank you, Lucy. And this is, we got shirts, sweaters, hoodies, mugs, anything that your mind can imagine. Not really, but yeah, it's pretty cool. I like how it turned out. I got the sweater, actually. It turned out really nice. I might get something for Christmas. I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of just waiting. And there's, I want to get actually this done before I jump into the Christmas merch, because I want to see how this shirt turns out on, where's it at? I want to see how this shirt turns out. I might have it saved. Here it is. I want to see how this shirt looks before I make it available. But if it turns out good, then I want to get this same artist to make some Christmas merch in this art style, because I like how this looks. So yeah, if you want the Halloween stuff, you got until the end of November, December 1st. I'm going to take it off, and then we're going to do something with this. I don't know when I'll release this one, but I definitely want to try to get something out for December too. So this could be like a January, February thing, this one. Yeah, I like this one a lot. It's really cute. Anyways, the sponsorship is over. The self-sponsor. Back to the video.
Silly sausage, you. You're not fooling anyone, David. Are you even? I don't know if you're even trying to fool anyone, but it's really funny. See, this is the thing, right? You might have noticed I'm a lot more jovial in this one than the other three.
I would think that at this point, especially with that message, that he is just having fun with this. Like he's just trolling, basically.
Smartschoolboy9 videos.
But there's also people that like do believe that stuff that they're saying. But if I was in that position, I would be trolling. But if I was him, then I would be doing whatever he is doing. So.
Because beforehand, there was like this air of mystery around it, the fear of the unknown that made the situation so much scarier than it probably has any right to be. Like, I remember having genuine trouble sleeping after one night. This fucking guy's not worth me losing sleep over, to be quite honest with you. But now, to be frank...
Yeah, right? It's just like a poking and prodding thing at this point. People are just messaging him and he's entertaining them, probably because he's bored.
David doing voice messages like this at such a constant, consistent rate makes him way less frightening to me, because he's just a fat, horny idiot, isn't he? He was on the internet every now and then. Like, don't get me wrong, he's absolutely a degenerate who's participated in some absolutely degenerate shit, like, you know, simulated CP and the likes, and taking random pictures of children from the internet and posting them on your Instagram isn't exactly normal behavior, is it? As well as interacting with many children on the apps and websites under the alias of, you know, his many accounts. That's not exactly normal either. In fact, it goes beyond not normal and into, you know, predatory territory. But the fact that behind it all, it's just some weird fucking English bloke makes him way less scary. If he wanted to keep the fear factor, he should have just remained unmasked. But that being said, he does say a lot of revealing shit here. Not this one in particular, but he goes on some, like, religious rants in the future, and it makes you wonder what his moral compass is exactly.
That is a young boy. It isn't me, so stop trying to pretend that it is me. Is that clear? Thank you very much.
I mean, he's still just as sassy as a blokey bloke than he is as a smarty schoolboy.
Yeah. Excuse me. I did do a video on this guy already. It's on my YouTube somewhere. It's not too far down. You'll be able to find it easy.
Also, as funny as it is that he's pretending not to know who Smartschoolboy9 is, he's also talking about how, actually, he is a real school child. He's moving to the USA? Let me read that. My 15-year-old daughter heard rumors at her school stating he is moving to USA, and hopefully it's false because we don't want him. I doubt he's moving here. He's lived where he's lived for so long, like all his life. Unless he's getting harassed or something and just wants to get away from it all. I don't know. Clearly not a real school child, so we can't be the same person, even though he has been sending voice messages with that voice from the exact same Facebook account. It makes me wonder how much of this is genuine idiocy or just him trying to have a laugh. But he does sound actually quite pissed off in a lot of these voice notes. I guess in some ways his facade just won't die. He still wants people to think that Smartschoolboy9 is a real schoolboy, which makes sense when you consider the real life sightings of him. New pictures have come out, by the way. Well, to him, depending on how deep he is into this like role play that he's doing, this persona, it probably is real to him, right? Whenever he enters that role and wears those clothes, like he reverts back to that age or whatever, you know, age regression. Since the last time we spoke about this, I'll put them on screen right now. This is mental. How can... Is this him recently? You actually go out in the open like this and not have been bricked already? The fact that you're still alive, mate, is honestly a miracle. And then we have the story of when he went into Tesco. Is violence really bad in UK? Will people just start beating up people if they look funny over there? They start dressing up like little kids and walk around in public? That's crazy. Wow, I didn't know that. The 90s, so I mean, it really does seem like some of this is real. Like, he genuinely wants people to believe he's a real school kid, and it's still probably true that that gets him off. Like, that's a weird kink for him.
Right, so you've received that message because your ugly little face has showed up as being having seen it. You know what I mean. So do not make stupid accusations and assertions about people.
Oh, David's getting angry. What's he gonna do? He might start raising his voice. He might start Putting them up. Put them up, tough guy. Why I order. D in David stands for dangerous, as we all know. Dangerous, arsehole, vernacular, inside of dogs.
So do not make stupid accusations and assertions about people, because you are a predator and you...
This, yo, Jordy, they said these hands are rated E for everyone. Is that the rating over there? And everybody's just fighting each other?
Do not look like someone who could be trusted. Don't make any further comments. It is worthless. You have made some mistake. I accept, and my friends at detective level do accept that you've made some mistake, because you're probably drinking whatever it is you're into, and certainly, please do not make stupid suggestions and suppositions. Okay? Thank you very much, sir.
Well, he definitely does sound upset right there. Can you cover Mr. Based? I've been seeing some stuff going around about him. I don't know anything. All I know that from Mr. Base is that's the guy that was kind of linked to Daniel Larson, right? I seen him a little bit whenever I was researching for Daniel Larson. It's a possible video, yeah. But if anybody does have topics, please let me know on Instagram. DM me on Instagram, because it's easier for me to keep track of them. Oh, so okay, so that's who I saw. I saw World of T-shirts and Mr. Bass together, is Mr. Bass another content creator, or is he the manager, or is that World of T-shirts? See, now I'm confused.
Good night.
Went a bit cockney at the end there. I'm not sure why he did that, because the rest of the voice note did not sound very cockney at all. And from everything we know, he's nowhere near cockney. He's like from Doncaster or Milton Keynes. Neither of which is very close to anywhere that would produce a cockney accent. If saying the word cockney gets me demonetized, by the way, I'm gonna fucking flip out. Also, for as much as you say you accept that the person may have made a mistake, you sound...
Okay, so he is the manager? Okay, that's what I thought. An Ashley Trevino video is coming up.
Very angry. You called him a disgusting wee weasel. You said, your ugly little face does not belong here, or whatever. Which implies the sender, like, sent these messages from a public account where his face is just visible. That's pretty silly of you, mate.
Also, just to conclude, it is the Feast of Tabernacles in God's church, and that's why Satan has used you to make stupid allegations. Satan has used you to text complete strangers. Why would you do that for people who are keeping God's feasts faithfully? Do not have any... I
mean, if you didn't know the whole background of this guy and you were just listening to these messages out of context, he sounds pretty normal.
Contact with strangers.
He just sounds like a guy that's upset about being accused for doing stuff that he allegedly didn't do or did.
And makes silly allegations. It makes you look like some sort of satanic predator. Why would you do that? Do not do that. I accept you've made a mistake. My detective colleagues also accept that you've made a mistake, providing you stop messaging people.
See what I mean? When he gets angry, the cockney comes out. He goes, why would you do such a thing? If you do that one more time, I'm gonna fucking enter your ass and stab you in the heart, you knob. Kind regards, Smartschoolboy9. I think he's just a yapper, to be honest. I mean, it sounds like he's drinking something. I don't know what he's smoking, snorting, injecting, but the only thing I do know is that I want whatever he's having, because fuck me, does it sound good. But the fact that he brings up religion and God is rather curious, to be honest with you. Like, maybe there is a slim chance that he genuinely uses religion, or, like, actually believes his religious beliefs to be, like, some sort of vessel for moral righteousness. Like, he might genuinely believe that what he is doing is moral, and that those who stand against him are controlled by Satan, or some weird bullshit like that. I'm not saying it's 100% true. The likelihood is that he's just saying things to pretend to be crazy or be seen as crazy, possibly as some sort of legal defense, but most likely just to fuck with people. Or maybe, once again, he is just on a fuckload of drugs.
Jesus.
I couldn't tell you. There's so many possibilities here, and Smartschoolboy9 has never been the easiest person to read.
You really got into that one.
No,
caught me off guard.
Let me tell you, he's more of a Ulysses by James Joyce. Big up all the literary fans who get that reference, by the way.
I don't know
It's not his actual voice. How do you know?
how often you message the people who are helping with the police, but I will tell you now, you fucking Well, you ring me again or text me again, you will be under arrest. Now fuck off and do not do that again.
He sounds like your average Xbox 360 voice chat bloke. Like you kill him one too many times in Call of Duty and he just fucking sends you this voice message.
Actually, I know how to hack into Xboxes and I will find your location, come over to your ass and
You think it's AI generated, really?
beat you up or some shit.
I don't
I'll
hear
beat
it.
you up so silly that you'll shit yourself and then I'll slap my dick on the table and come all over you, you wee bitch.
This is what I mean. These completely just meaningless, baseless threats that are obviously not going to happen make him way less scary to me. Did you receive the
Yeah, he's definitely trying to sell it with these voice notes, right? He's trying to really sound like he's in the right, trying to shine a light on himself, make him look good.
message, you dirty bastard?
I mean, it could be coming from the mindset of, well, if I say these things and make it look like I'm actually a good person, then maybe I can convert some people, get them off my back.
Falsely accusing me. Now fuck off, you dirty bastard. I don't know how messaging a 60-year-old man would make someone a child lover, for lack of a better term, but you seem very confident in your assertion that he is one of them. I mean, who knows? We don't know what the bloke here was messaging him. Maybe he was saying, like, you know what, low-key, I kind of agree with your views on things, and...
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, we don't have full context of the conversation here. Like, yeah, it's not totally crazy that he would just be saying these things out of the blue, but also it's like, what did the other person fully say? Like, why don't we have the full conversation, you know? What was he saying these things to try? Was he saying that he was a P word in order to get the schoolboy to start talking, to say some weird stuff? And then that's when he clapped back with the, you're a P word, quit DMing me.
Can you send me that new collage you made? I highly doubt that, though. It's also interesting that he's no longer projecting, like, his insecurities or what he is doing onto other people whenever he decides not to. Sometimes, like, in voice messages like the one we just listened to, he just falsely accuses people of falsely accusing him. It seems as though that's his new go-to tactic. Here's another set of texts, which starts with a...
Yeah, that's what Buddy did in the last video I made. He would just gaslight and try to flip the script on everybody.
Lovely message. They got no response, so they messaged him like 3 hours later. Imagine double texting Smartschoolboy9. Come on now, how desperate can you be? You're better than that random Redditor who probably thinks they're a lot more involved in this investigation than they are. You have described yourself. You have messaged a completely different individual to the one you assume to be. I work with the police. Yet again, this bloke double texts him. You stop double texting Texting him in the first place is embarrassing enough. But double texting him because you don't get a reply from your crush is... God, that's so much worse. And he does it multiple times. He uses the forbidden jutsu, like, twice. I love that he doesn't directly deny being a...
Was that a Jujutsu Kaisen reference?
But he does deny that he's frail. He's got priorities, I respect that. Puts the important stuff first.
Hi.
Oh yeah, the bidet.
Do you often message complete strangers that work with the police? And you mentioned schoolboys. Why do you like Smarty School Kid 9 or whatever? That's a young...
I think that he might just be annoyed at this point that he's getting harassed and messaged by so many people that he's just trying to act like he has nothing to do with it. And probably enjoys it a little bit because then he can let go of some of his rage, his built-up rage that he has within him.
Young boy.
Smarty School Kid 9. So I think this one's just more of the same. It's him pretending not to know who Smartschoolboy9 even is and then claiming that he is a little boy. I don't know why this 60-year-old man is acting as though everyone knows Smartschoolboy9's a little boy. In his world, is he like a celebrity? Or is he a local that everyone just knows? No one's real name is Smartschoolboy9. I don't know exactly what his goal is here or what he thinks we're thinking.
Now, let us tell you this.
Well, he's framing it in the way where he's saying, you like smart schoolboys? Why are you saying that? That's weird.
Here, me and my colleagues, we do genuinely work with the police at detective level. We're not...
Oh, he's bringing in the police. He's bringing in the police. The FBI. Same thing that Buddy did. He said the same thing. He said, FBI already came to my house and I've already worked with them on all this. And they don't know why. How my wiener pig got sent to that 15-year-old. They traced the IP address and everything. They have no clue. I've been working with them on it. They can't figure it out.
Lying to you. You have messaged the wrong person, some random number or whatever information that you had is bogus. So we're going to ask you very nicely to not persist. Thank you very much. Do not inquire about schoolboys that you like, that are age 8, 9, 10, 11, whatever. But certainly you are a grown man and should not be messaging strangers with that sort of chat. It's silly, and people are very busy. Thank you. Good night.
David, from everything we've seen so far, you seem like the least busy person on the planet. Police officers and detectives are usually busy people.
That's what I was about to say.
So busy, in fact, that they can't even respond to their close family members. You're responding to every random person who messages you on Facebook Messenger. You respond to emails from fucking frogs in the woods, from fairies in dustbins. The common housefly could buzz into your room and you'd probably engage in some weird philosophical conversation with it. I mean, I don't mean to be judgmental here, but there's no way you have friends. Okay, you're all gonna have to brace yourselves for this one, because this one's a real bloody doozy.
Is this done that? Is this come out?
Dunno. Hello?
Oh, wait, is he switching between the two voices?
It's got a card.
No, I know.
Well, you can clearly tell it's him.
I think she's scarpered. Jeff, do you know
Where is it? Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, God.
Well, I don't know either.
Okay, there's a couple options here. Option 1, this is proof that he is genuinely mentally ill and needs to be treated as soon as possible. Or 2, the more favorable option, he's just an up-and-coming voice actor wanting to show off his talents and make a show reel. Because 3 voices? Man, that's pretty impressive, isn't it? Smartschoolboy9 unironically has more vocal range
He needs to be a voice actor, bro.
than a lot of professional voice actors. I mean, you put him in with a Jack Black or a Chris Pratt, then he'd probably blow them out of the water, to be honest with you. I mean, not acting wise, but in terms of like voice range, I think he'd have it.
Hi.
Hello? I don't know. I really don't know. It's like she's sick.
Look at the person talking to him. He just randomly sent that and said, "Just what are you doing? Oh my God." You're still typing your sick fantasies and false accusations to innocent people. When did I make false accusations? I have proof. Again, we don't have all the context here, but I'm assuming he's talking to him about all the stuff he's been doing on his Instagram accounts and stuff. He said, "You're a nonce. There's proof of that. I'd like to see what proof you have." And then he sends this message.
In the head. I think it's a guy. She says Christina Parker. It could, you know the nonce that kept texting you. Ask Jeff. Where's he gone? Ask him. Hello? Of course, obviously, you're not going to call back. I dare you. Call me back. Make a phone call. Who are you? I'll ring you. Don't worry about it.
Okay, that is genuinely actually quite frightening. Like, I know I've been saying this whole time that I'm a little more jovial this time, a little bit less scared, but if he sent me that message and then actually tried to call me, which he did here, I don't think I would be the bravest boy in the world. I think I would have answered just out of curiosity, because, like, what purpose could that possibly serve him? I don't know why he's offering to call them up. Genuinely, that's really, really weird. What a weird bloke. There's also the secret third option, which I didn't cover earlier. Maybe there is actually just 2 people here? I don't think so, though. Like, you never hear them talking over each other at the same time. It's always...
Yeah, I don't think it's 2 people. It sounded just like him.
"Oh, hello, I'm Smartschoolboy9. Oh, yeah. I don't have the willpower or wit to make up actual conversation there, so that's all you're getting. At the very least, I think we can confidently say that he seems to be having fun with this. He seems to love it when certain people message him. Maybe depending on the severity or the coherency or vocal fluency that people message him with, sort of connotes or defines how angry he gets, but for this one, he seems to be having a lot of fun. Maybe he was in a good mood that day. It was probably his favorite time of the week, like, I don't know, maybe a Friday at 3 p.m. for no particular reason. Anyway, as much as I was just taking the piss about him wanting to be a voice actor, it turns out that there's actually a voice acting reel that he has made, or what he claims to be a comedy sketch, but there's not really anything funny in it. It is a reel though, because he describes it as versatile voice acting, clear recordings, and all materials suitable for listeners of all ages. Let's have a listen, shall we?
Yeah, hi. Did you need to see me?
Well, yeah, there's a discrepancy here that I want to talk about.
Well, I might have miscounted the odd pound or two.
Well, there's a discrepancy of $23 million that I've had to pay now from my own pocket.
Right, well, I owe you a pint.
Oh, great. Really good. That really adds up.
I mean, I don't know about you, but that is some side-splitting, knee-slapping comedy right there. I can't wait for Netflix to pick
that was
this guy up.
riveting.
No, not for a surviving Smartschoolboy9 documentary, but for a comedy special, of course. I mean, you heard it. Do you see why I find him a lot less intimidating than I did before? Intimidating's not the right word. Frightening really is the word here. Or creepy. Like, he's still a creep, don't get me wrong, but he comes across a lot less creepy. It's like he's trying
Thank
too
you for
hard
the $2,
now, because at
Leah.
some points he tries to come across as like a hard man who'll
Can we get
beat
some
you
love
up.
and chat for
Anyway,
Leah? Thank
here's
you.
him putting his voice acting ability to good use.
Hi there, Peter. You've got the wrong number.
See, it's just creepy when he's doing that voice.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, that sounds like a totally reasonable response to getting a wrong... I don't know about you, but when someone messages me, like, with the wrong number, I find it so hilarious, I just giggle my wee bum off. You got the wrong number, you fucking loser! I genuinely think that he's... fucking cuckoo. By the way, I mean, we thought the double texting was bad. Look at this bloke. Like, holy shit, dude. How fucking desperate can you be? Why on earth would you message a stranger, me, and chat about your fetish? And Stephanie is only 12 or 13, so do not text kids and strangers. I guess some habits never die. He's still doing the exact same thing that he was doing when, you know, he was messaging people with the Smartschoolboy9 account. He's projecting his own fetishes, his own kinks onto other people when they message him, and he's still acting as though Stephanie is a real girl. But then this bloke just like puts his address in. Or
Yeah, all that's weird. Like, why? What are you doing, man? There's something going on there.
whatever, which is the one that got leaked a while back, but he didn't even put the right fucking one in. And I look like a pervert? You are a 59 dressing up like an 8-year-old on Instagram. I have a pic here. It's good the cops are looking into you. I will not talk to you further, creep. Bear that in mind. He says he won't talk to him further. I know I should be criticizing David here, but fuck me. This bloke messaging him clearly thinks he's so smart, but he's so dumb that he just needs to be... he needs to be humbled a bit. Fuck you. We know you, David. Don't talk to me. What do you mean, don't talk to me? You have been messaging him this whole time. If you don't want him to talk to you, don't talk to him. You... oh my god, you clod! That's not me, you pervert. That's a young boy, and experts have proven that. Experts have proven that he's a young boy. Why would you need a fucking expert to do some CIA DNA analysis of whether or not someone's a young boy? Just check the fucking birth certificate or their ID, surely. Looks much better than you, dirty old man messaging me. So you think a young boy looks a lot better than a grown man? You're sort of exposing yourself here, David. And... 2 full stops. I work as a detective. I like his use of grammar. Also, I'm working in Newcastle. I'm not in Doncaster, so your fiction and fantasy is of no use to anyone. So he's claiming to be a Geordie here. I guess he just switches the location up every time someone messages him. Whatever he feels like for that day, he'll just pick that. Newcastle, for my American audience, is where Greg's was made, and Greg's, for my American audience, is what heaven looks like. That young kid is 59. So much for not messaging him, you fucking idiot. I'm sorry.
Is he 59?
It's difficult not to hate both of you. Like, there's a way to message him in a way that's almost tactful, but you're doing it in such a way that's like, oh, it's so clear how cool you think you are doing this. You're not cool for doing this. Seriously, go touch some grass or...
Yeah, I mean, nobody should be messaging this guy. You should just leave it to the authorities, and if he reaches out to you, then contact the authorities, things of that nature.
Have a pint or meet a mate or just anything that isn't this. Everybody knows who you are. No need to lie, David Alter. We are not perverts. We are cyber sleuths. Fuck me. Seriously, go away, you weirdo. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know about this guy. He's proudly proclaiming himself to be a weird internet couch detective. That's not something to be proud of, arsehole.
It would be better if they were trying to reach out to him to get him for an interview or something like that.
Calling like a bitch, ain't you tired? Trying to strike
instead of just reaching out and, you know, but that's what happens. And it's not, you know, it's part of the side effect of him putting himself out there doing these horrible things. People are going to attack him and stuff like that.
Record, and it's probably a minor. How do you somehow come across as more unlikable than Smartschoolboy9 when you're messaging him? You're not funny, guy. Like, at all. You're sending Family Guy gifts to Smartschoolboy9. Can we just acknowledge here that there is someone out there whose whole life has led to the pivotal moment where they send Family Guy gifts to Smartschoolboy9?
What? Hey, what's
if you're
up,
watching
Lynn?
this guy, seriously,
how you doing?
Take a look at yourself and just have a wee think. That's all I'm gonna say.
We don't know you, and we don't know why you're texting detectives. So we ask that you don't do that. Thank you.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's just trolling. He's just trolling, having fun with this. That's literally all that's happening. Yeah, and you could say that both sides are doing this for attention too. Like when people are reaching out to him, I mean, they feel justified in messaging him because they feel like they're doing something right. You know, they're trying to get him caught and whatever, and try to pull one over on him, expose him, that type of stuff. Which in some cases it works, but I think more often than not, it's dangerous to do that kind of stuff. What do you guys think? By the way, Lynn Seiler was like my first viewer ever when I started streaming like 7-8 years ago. How long? It was on Twitch when I first started streaming, and he's one of my first viewers ever. And I'm actually surprised to see you, man. You just randomly show up out of the blue throughout this whole decade. Dude, thank you so much for the $2. Can we get some love in chat? Please don't forget to show your kitty.
Don't forget to show a kitty sad face.
I'm gonna let her sleep a little bit more. I won't forget though. Yeah, that's crazy. From Twitch and then to Mixer and then to its inevitable death. Lucy with the $10. Can we get some love in chat for Lucy? Thank you, Lucy. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Cat cam. I gotta get a cat bed, and then I'm gonna put it over there. I think that'll be a good spot. And then put my other camera pointing at it. I think that'll work really well. I need to get a P.O. box too. I forgot what we're talking about, Nathan. What sounds creepy?
He's trying to do...
when I asked you guys about this, yeah.
He's trying to do a Geordie accent because he said he was from Newcastle. I don't know if the Americans will find this as funny as we do, but fuck me. If you know anything about Newcastle, you'll know how awful that accent was and how fucking hilarious this is. Once again, I don't know if he's just taking the piss here, or if he's cuckoo, or if he's trying genuinely to, like, deceive.
If he's dressing up the way he is, and he's playing a different role like that, if he's acting like a minor, I think he's pretty crazy. Something is definitely wrong there.
All I do know is that this might be the funniest thing to come out of this case. He's trying to do a fucking Geordie accent because he said he was Geordie. He fucked himself. He really has. Imagine you go to a Greg's and Smartschoolboy9 sat next to you. What would he order, I wonder? Definitely like a vegan sausage roll or something. The wrong one.
No, he would get a apple juice and whatever, something weird, some weird shit like that.
Say that the vegan sausage rolls at Greg's are actually pretty nice.
He'd get one of those little kitty apple juices and a Happy Meal at McDonald's or something.
What that says about me, but there you go. There you go. You got fucking Sherlock Holmes continuing to message them. Once again, can we just rewind a couple seconds when he said, I will not...
Yeah, he would get Lunchables.
...talking to you anymore. It seems like all he does is talk to him. Like, he responds so quickly. Even David takes a couple hours or even a day or two between responses. This guy immediately...
Yo, speaking of... did anybody have Chicken Fritter Friday at their school? I look forward to that every week. I'd get extra chicken and then extra cookies as well. Oh, it was so good. I looked forward to that. Chicken fritter Friday, man.
The second he gets a fucking text, he's on it. He's on it like that. He's still doing it. He's still doing it. We don't know who or what you are fictitiously alleging, other than what your mental illness or your demon possession causes you to fantasize about. So there you go. That's the demon being mentioned once again. Maybe it's a real thought he's having. Maybe he's just that religious or that, I guess, what's the word? Conspiratorial. Superstitious?
I think his demons have taken over.
Say, Drake, I hear you.
I'm not going to play the rest of that. It's copyrighted, but it's just this bloke thinking that he's funny once again. You're not funny. Seriously, you're not funny. Anyone who laughs at any of this bloke's jokes, unsubscribe from the channel. And if I lose any subscribers, fuck, I'll be disappointed that you even watch us to begin with. If my entertainment value is on the same level as this fucking guy, I don't know how I have as many subscribers as I do. Now, we've just gone from the worst possible way to contact anybody who you want information out of to probably the best way that I've seen someone do it. Hey, is Smartschoolboy9 a real schoolboy? Some people have said that he also goes by the name David London. That's why I'm messaging you. Do you by chance know him in any way? Are you him? I'm not here to annoy you or start any arguments, I promise. I just want to know. This is the best way to talk to him if you are going to talk to him. Obviously, the best way to contact him would genuinely just to be not contact him at all, because it's useless, it's pointless, it achieves fucking nothing, and just puts you in...
All right, well, I feel like the rest of this video is just going to be criticizing people that are messaging him. And I think that's the meat of the video. So that's that. If you guys want to check out that video, here's the link to that. Go check it out. Go subscribe, go like.